So to repeat, this is the setup. There are no twos, threes, fours, five, or sixes. They're all eliminated from the deck. And you wind up with 7, 8, 9, 10, jack, queen, king, ace of each suit. So that applies to hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades. There are 12 different areas, four on the top, four in the middle, and four on the bottom. Each space has two cards in it, and each space indicates one, let's say the first column, day, week, or month. Three would be 3 days, weeks, or months. Seven would be 7 days, weeks, or months, which means it could be a week, it could be a month, or it could be 7 months. But that means 7 months or less, that particular thing would tend to happen, and right through number 12. The 7 card is what they call an indicator card. You shuffle the deck according to Zolar, and the card after the 7 gets placed in the first upper left, which is the first card, and the second card after a 7 when you shuffle, and the next 7 is a king, let's say. It could be any card, but we'll say it's a king. And the third card, let's say, is a 10 of clubs and a jack of clubs and so forth. And you fill up the first card of each segment, 1 through 12. And then we continue going through the process until we fill up all 12 spots, just the first card. And on the second process, we shuffle, and now we place the second card, whether they're 7s or other cards, on top of the first cards. In other words, the card on the bottom was the bottom card, and this is called the top card, the card that was placed over the first card. And the first card is considered the subject matter. So let's do a hypothetical reading. On the first box up here, which is in 1 day, week, or month, you'll be getting something you want. There'll be some very pleasant news. And it should be coming within a day, week, or month from now. In the second box, there's an adult or older male, and there's a lot of delays and problems caused either through him or by him, or you'll hear of him having a lot of problems. And that would come up in 2 days, weeks, or months from now. In the third box, there's around the money or a business situation, because the clubs indicate more of a business nature, and diamonds indicate more of a personal, financial nature in most cases. And then you have to see whether the cards with a black card or with a red card, and are the surrounding cards a red or black card. Red is neutralizing, it mitigates things, and black aggravates things. So it's either mitigating or aggravating, depending on whether it's a red or a black card. Now we look at the fourth column up here, and we see a jack of clubs and the extra money card. 9 of diamonds is extra money. And some extra money comes through the influence of a young male in 4 days, weeks, or months. Then we look at the fifth column, and we see that there are 2 8s. There'll be a trip coming up that will be very pleasant or beneficial in 8 days, weeks, in 5 days, weeks, or months. It's in the fifth column. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now in the sixth column, there's an illness that seems to be around an adult male, and you'll hear news of that illness. There'll be a lot of gossip or whatever about it. there's a black card over it and a red card under it. So it might be something neutral as far as somebody close to you. It might be somebody you know, but probably not somebody, hopefully, that is too close. And then in the seventh spot, there is some family or personal news about a young male, and you'll be hearing about it. And in the eighth spot, and this is in 7 days, weeks, or months. In the ninth spot, you'll have some contact with a young male, and the nine of clubs is with it, and that means for sure. So that means that certainly you're supposed to be with or around a young male. In the ninth spot, there is some gossip or whatever about a female, and because the two aces are side by side, that there may be a temporary change in a place or some plans around her that will bring some indecision. So, and that would start coming up in 9 days, weeks, or months. In 10 days, weeks, or months, there's a lot of indecision about a move or a change, some kind of a decision, but it's really undecided. In 11 days, weeks, or months, there's some dealing with a young male and either his mother or sister or whatever. It's not a couple because they both have are the same suit of cards, so it indicates that they're both related to each other, but not a marriage or anything like that. In the 12th spot, which is 12 days, weeks, or months, there'll be something about a female having some setbacks, and you'll be hearing about her problems. Now, you'll notice in this setup, there's two double cards, which means two aces, which means an undecided change of location. There's two eights, which have to do with a pleasant trip. Okay, and we're looking for some other ones. Okay, well, let's see. Well, that would be the double cards. Over here, there's a double card. There's two black aces aside from each other. There's some gossip about somebody either moving or changing a location temporarily. And then this means undecided change of a place. And this, of course, the two red eights is a trip that is very beneficial or profitable. But this is a sample reading, and it also, I try to give you meanings of some of the various cards and also the placement of the cards. Don't forget there's 24 cards. There's three rows of four cards that are doubled, which is 8, 16, 24, and there's only a few cards left over, but this makes for thousands of possible combinations. And I think this will give somebody a good indication. I myself, I don't like the thing about taking the indicator card after the 7 and going through the deck 3 or 4 times. I'm very confident in myself picking out the cards that I'll use for people, but I think in the beginning it's better to use the indicator card until you are more secure with your own vibes.